Welcome back to another Gimpys Gal Guesses. This is kind of two pretty close together, so you should feel super lucky that I have graced this channel with my presence 2 times in a week. That's pretty impressive, but it's actually pretty hard to do just because we have 4 kids, and that's hard. It's a lot, but here I am with another Guesses. If you are new, hi, welcome. Hope you'll stick around and subscribe and give videos a thumbs up. You don't have to do that till the end though. You can stick around, you know, check it out, see what I'm all about before you decide if you want to like it or not. But chances are if you made it this far in, or if you're watching this, then you probably already like what my husband does on this channel and maybe what I do when I'm on here on the occasion. So if you haven't already, subscribe because it helps him out a ton. And if you are a subscriber and you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. And let's just jump right on into this. Again, if you're new, this is basically where I unbox a game and I give it my best shot at how to play it based on what I see in the box. So this isn't a tutorial. This isn't a breaking it down how to play. This is just fun. I'm just kind of giving it a stab in the dark to see if I can figure it out or get close to it. I don't think I've ever really guessed accurately. I've maybe been close, but I've never gotten it correct. But yeah, that's what this is all about. So if you want to see that, keep watching. If not, then there's tons of videos on my husband's channel. He works at this so hard and puts so much time and energy into it. So I hope that you will watch some of his videos. And if you do, make sure you like them and make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. Let's get into it. So this is A Most Fearful Sacrifice, The 3 Days of Gettysburg, a Herman Luttman game. It's a Flying Pig game. I know I've heard that name. Herman Luttman sounds familiar, and I just realized that my fingernails are horrible because I was digging in the dirt today, so please forgive me. I'm a little embarrassed. I just realized I was doing some semi-gardening for our dog that passed away. We made a little garden area, and I was digging in the dirt, and I just realized that my nails were looking a little rough, so I apologize. It's embarrassing. I don't even care. I hope he cuts this out. Anyways, I know the name Herman Luttman. I don't know if Luttman is familiar. I know I've heard of a Herman. It's like, oh, Herman? Like there's not a million Hermans in the world, but I don't know if we've met him before or if that name is familiar to us or should be familiar to me, but I know Flying Pig games I've definitely heard before. I've definitely seen some of those games come across our table before, so that's not unfamiliar to me. But this is the front of the box, and it's very, very heavy and very long. A Most Fearful Sacrifice, 3 Days of Gettysburg. It says designed by Herman Luttman, and then Flying Pig is the publisher, I'm assuming. And then it says, A Most Fearful Sacrifice utilizes a fresh method to simulate Civil War combat titled the Black Swan system, closely related to the fast action gameplay first introduced in the game The Devils to Pay, by Tiny Battle Publishing. A Most Fearful Sacrifice is specifically designed to handle larger battles while keeping rolls overhead low. So that sounds promising. It sounds like they're trying to give you a very big, in-depth, detailed, long game, but keep it as simple as they can, maybe. Though depicting a huge encounter, a most fearful, I can't say that without getting tongue-tied. A Most Fearful Sacrifice evokes a tactical feel and emphasizes the 3 FOWs of war: the fortunes of war, the friction of war, and the fog of war. Players will be challenged with the ever-changing fight, never quite sure of what the gods of war will throw at them. There are 13 scenarios included, from small skirmishes that use a portion of one map to the entire 3-day 2-map campaign. I was getting my little infomercial voice. By the way, I'm going to ask Gimpy if he'll like tag it or put it in the comments. We did a fake infomercial a long time ago with some game, I don't remember, and it was so funny, horribly filmed because we did not know what we were doing back then, did not have lighting equipment and actual cameras. We were filming on like phones and tablets and phones were not like as good as they are now. This was like 4 years ago. They were a little lower quality, but the video quality is horrible, but the premise is hilarious. So I'm gonna see if he'll comment that or link it or tell you the name of that, what video that was, because it was so funny and it's on his channel. It's so funny. One of my favorite videos we've ever filmed. I love stuff like that. Anyways, I was channeling my infomercial voice. So we're gonna read the components now. Each game includes 1 insightful rulebook, 1 absorbing scenario book. It says 13 scenarios, 9 single map and 4 2 map, along with the Reynolds Lives variant, which Reynolds just simply reminds me of Hamilton, the musical. 2, it says lush game maps, each measuring approximately 31 by 40 inches. 4 thickly cut, that is very descriptive. Beautiful, again, descriptive. 13 by 6 or 13 over 16 inch counter sheets with 352 counters. 1 informative 5/8 inch counter sheet, 176 administrative markers, 90 poker-sized playing cards, the coal in the steam-fired game engine. That's so descriptive. 2 play-easing player aids, each containing a play summary, combat results tables, terrain effects chart, and orders of battle. 2 impressive command displays, and 6 dice. 2 red, 2 black, and 2 white. It is for ages 15 and up. It is number of players that are ideal for this game are 2. 4 can play with the larger scenarios, and playing time is 1 hour to 3 days. I don't see anything on here about solitaire, so I'm guessing not suitable for solitaire play, but we'll find out when we dive on inside. So let's open it on up. It's very heavy. I mean, it's got a lot in here. So right off the bat, we have this little sleeve that has some things in it. Oh, we got cards. We've got the dice, which I'm not gonna get those out because they're dice. There's 6 6-sided dice, 2 black, 2 red, and 2 white. Put those back in the box. We have the thick and beautiful cut counters or markers. And then we have, I forget how many maps it said. Again, I like to keep the components kind of at my disposal so I can kind of keep, you know, track of what I've seen and what there's left to be seen. So there are 2 lush game maps. So these are 31 by 40 inches. I like to do those kind of last. So I usually start with, like I showed you the dice, let's do the cards. These are, I like the ones that you can kind of open and then put back in so I don't feel like I'm like completely wrecking it for Gimpy. So we can pop these out since they look like they're easy to put back in. So it's Most Fearful Sacrifice, 3 Days of Gettysburg. Now there are, let's see, 90 poker-sized playing cards. So I guess that's what these are. And it says these are the coal and the steam-fired game engine. So we have like this one, which has an American flag and says faulty fuses. Confederate, which is redeployment, play immediately. Yeah, so this is going to be Gettysburg, so it's going to be the Confederates. What is it? What was the 2? Oh my gosh, I'm so horrible. Was there like the rebels? I can't think of it. I'm horrible at history, guys. Please don't judge me. But it takes place in America, and Gettysburg is, I'm pretty sure, like the Pennsylvania, Virginia area. Am I right? This totally ripped right down the side of it. But those are some of the playing cards. And then this is the other stack. Looks the same on the front here. Oh my gosh, I'm just going to pull a few out because these are not that easy to get in and out because they're kind of really jammed in there. Okay, so we have like Replacement General, Leader Casualty Corps Activation. That's what it says on this side with the American flag on the top. And then, like I said, I saw some Confederate flags too. These were all Americans. But then like Vague Orders, Fast Courier, Slocum, Williams, Howe, Humphreys, Doubleday, Reynolds, Good Ground. Yeah, so they're like people, they're actions, they're events, I'm guessing. So these, like it said on the box, are the coal for the steam-fired game engine. So they're very important. So there's 90 of those. Then we had 352 counters. So we'll look at those super quick. I'm kind of doing it in a different order today, but whatever. Since there are a lot, I'm not gonna go through what each individual one says or what it looks like, because a lot of them, it's gibberish. It's just a bunch of numbers and words that mean nothing to me. So I'm just gonna let you kind of take a quick pause the video and take a screenshot if you want a better look. I'll just kind of hold them up for a second, give anyone a chance that wants to pause and screenshot a chance to do so, and then I will flip it and move on. So that is, there's no number, but it's a side one. And then this is the other side. Some of these look like they're meant to be face down. Some of them look like they can be flipped. So there's one sheet of the counters. Here's another one. Try to hold them in like the right direction. But again, if you would like to pause the video and screenshot it so you can kind of look at the counters. I will say this, that's probably not necessary because Gimpy's gonna play these, and when he does, he shows you everything that you need to know up close and personal. And so I'm sure he'll give you a better detailed look at counters if it's necessary to the game or if it's crucial to the game. So if you really wanna know all that, you can just wait till his video and get a better look. I'm just showing you so that you can get a sneak peek at them. It's kind of like what I do. I offer like the sneak peek because he has usually anywhere from like 5 games going at a time where he's like currently actively playing and filming them or learning how to do it or building something for it. So a game could come in and it could be weeks before he can get to it. So he likes for me to do this so that you get a look at what's upcoming. It's kind of like a preview. It lets you know like what he does have coming up to film, what you can look forward to, and kind of gives you enough to hold you over until he can get it on the table and play it. So we kind of work as a team that way, you know? He's the meat and potatoes and I'm the appetizer, and that works because, like I said, he always is working on something. He always has games coming in from whether he's bought them, whether they're Kickstarters from years ago, or whether they are sent, you know, by different people that he's friends with or publishers or whatever. There's always games arriving at this house. I mean, his game collection, I say our because it's our house, but it is not my game collection. It is his game collection, but it has gotten so big that his office was overflowing. Our dining room was overflowing with games. We just recently got shelves enough to get them back into his office and out of our dining room. But they were in the dining room, taking up a lot of space there for a while. So that's why some of these games, they come in and you might not get to it right away. Okay, this says, Keeping the Memory Alive, Mr. Richard Neal or Rick Barber. And then it says October 16th, 1954 to May 6th, 2021. Prolific and exacting cartographer, artist, designer, and military history enthusiast has left this earthly plane. Rick was a Gettysburg maven, and his numerous maps for that particular battle are considered by many to be the best. One such map is an integral part of the game you now hold in your hands. For as long as we shall continue to play, may the fruits of Rick's labor grace our gaming tables, and may his passionate spirit live on within us. We hereby dedicate a most fearful sacrifice, the 3 days of Gettysburg, to his memory. That is very cool. Very sad that someone is no longer with us, but it's cool that his memory is being carried on in the work and in what he loved doing. So that's really cool. So that was in there. And then we have the scenarios book, the rule book, and then I think these are all the player aids that were mentioned. So the scenario book is, I think it said there's 13 scenarios, I believe. Yeah, 13 scenarios. 9 of those are a single map and 4 are like double map. So 31 pages here in the scenarios booklet, and it just breaks down the different scenarios and the setup and what you need and which map you need. But that is the scenarios booklet. And then we have the rule book, which is 31 pages as well. Got the game credits and designer notes in the back. And then this is going to break down the rules and the counters and all of the nitty gritty about what you need to know to play the game. So there is that. Woo! Okay. Then we have the player aids, which these are play easing player aids. So there's play summary, combat rules, blah, 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 lots of things. All right, so looks like there's 3 of these that kind of that fold out. So here is one. It says Union Command Display. Union Command Display. Looks like there's different names on each one, so I'm assuming, depending on which scenario, would say which one of these you would need. And then we have Confederate Command Display. So I guess it's the Union and the Confederate. So there's the displays. There's 3 of those. And then there is 3 of these. So this is the scenario setup guide, which I like that. It seems like, okay, which scenario are you doing? This is what you do to set it up. And it's like a cheat sheet for that. So that's on this side. And then on the back, we have Orders of Battle, Army of Northern Virginia, and then a turn track on the back of that player aid, or I'm sorry, that play easing player aid card. Then we have a combat results table, fire combat ranges, fire combat column shifts, assault combat column shifts, fire combat cohesion test, assault combat results matrix, combat results codes are on this side. Lots of words, lots of colors and numbers and things that don't mean anything to me, obviously mean something to the game. And then the back we have a combat event table and a close fight resolution table. So that is the other play easing player aid card. And then we have another one, which is this just says player aid. It does have sequence of play, command table results, orders, rally, entrenchments, skirmish order, break test, panic test, I don't know what that says, bivouac, whatever, and overnight turns. So that is on that side. And then on the back, we have a terrain effects chart, and then all of the different terrains, and then at the bottom, other movement situations. King or Queen's reference. Like my all-time, probably one of my all-time favorite shows is King of Queens. So, and he loves to add the extra syllables onto different words. So there's like the rule book, scenario book, and the player aid type things. And then the only thing we have left are the maps. It feels like it wasn't a ton of stuff. I'm telling you that the quality of these is so well. Like those counters really are super thick. And the maps are really heavy duty, so they're gonna last. Like they're not gonna tear like some, maps do, but they're pretty big. So I think that's where the bulk of the weight of, or the heft of the box came from. So here is one map. It's huge. I could just wear this as a dress. So here is one map. Kind of folds together like that. Now it says that there are some scenarios that you just use one map or the other, and then there are a few that you use both maps. There's only 4 that you use both maps. The rest of them, you're going to use one or the other. So I'm assuming somewhere on here is some type of identifying name, something that tells you which map it is. Like this says Gettysburg on it right here. So I'm just looking for like identifying things, but otherwise it's just terrain and numbers, buildings, roads. It's got a very kind of cartoony feel, which I like it. Like it looks realistic, but it does have kind of a cartoony feel. And I'm not trying to like simplify it or make it silly, but I like the way that it looks. It doesn't look like real grass. It's more of a cartoony version of it. So I kind of like that. I like the way that looks. If you can see what I mean there, like the trees and the shrubbery and things, how it looks a little, like over the top. I don't know how to explain it, but I like it. I really like the aesthetics of that. And here is the other map. And I don't see, so this one says a most fearful sacrifice. The other one I don't believe said that. So that's, I guess, how you can tell the maps apart, but they do fit together. It looks like they would fit together right here. If I'm in my phones. I think they fit together right here, I believe, but it's huge. I mean, it would take up our entire dining room table. And there is the other map. So yeah, again, lots of terrain, lots of numbers, roads, buildings, but it's very thick. If you can see like how thick that is, very well made. And it folds up nicely too, and I like that. So there are all of the components in this game. I will say I think it is incredibly cool that they dedicated this game to someone who sounds like his designs had a huge impact on many games in this genre, and this one specifically. And I like that they're keeping his memory alive in the genre and the field that he was passionate about. So again, that was Mr. Richard Neil Barber. Just passed away May of last year. So that's pretty cool that they were able to include that in the box. I'm sure his family appreciates that a lot. So yeah, that was a most fearful sacrifice by Flying Pig Games. I think it's, you know, it said on the box that it was, oops, I almost knocked over my coffee. That wouldn't, I'm telling you, I'm having a tough time with my coffee the last couple of days. I spilled it on myself yesterday trying to dump it out today. So again, it said it's a fresh method to simulate Civil War combat. So that's what it is. A Civil War game takes place in that time, in that location. And the only difference is it says the Black Swan system. It says it's related to the fast action gameplay first introduced in the game The Devils to Pay. It's specifically designed to handle larger battles while keeping the rules overhead low. So it's like meant to be big battle games. Like it's meant to simulate the big battles of the Civil War, but not be so convoluted with rules that it's impossible to enjoy or to play without getting confused. It sounds like they're trying to kind of simplify it. I lost Shoe. Where'd you go, Shoe? There you are. Sorry. But yeah, so that is a most fearful sacrifice. Again, the 3 days of Gettysburg by Flying Pig Games. And then it says Tiny Battle Publishing. I guess they both do it. I'm not sure. He'll have to correct me, but I just saw that Tiny Battle Publishing was on here. They were mentioned up here. The Devils to Pay is a Tiny Battle Publishing game. So I guess they kind of maybe work together sometimes. Maybe they both put this out. I'm not sure, partnered up on it, but that is the game. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, I kind of just am here to give you a preview of what's upcoming on the channel. I really don't offer much as far as education or any insightful or useful information goes, really just to say, hey, here's a game, here's what's in it, here's what you can look forward to from Gimpy in the future. So if you like that, give this a thumbs up, and I'm sure I will see you guys again in the near future. Thanks, guys. Bye.